The name of this podcast, I made a list of names, maybe 25, and then I decided it's going to be Parallax. I know a little bit about that, and as you know, it comes from astronomy. In my view, it's an important thing because I come from the world of art and music composition, to speak to people who are in different places and domains. Can you tell us shortly what is parallax?
I mean, parallax is a way in astronomy of measuring distances through angles. It's fundamental to how we measure the distance to anything. So basically, in astronomy, when people were trying to figure out how far away the stars were, which is for hundreds of years after the telescope was invented, we had no idea of the distance to the stars. But eventually, the way you do it is you observe stars when the Earth is on one side of the orbit, then the other, and that the two different perspectives create a little skinny triangle, and you measure the angle, the skinny angle, if you like, from two measurements 6 months apart, and then you have the distance. So that's the parallax angle. So it was a fundamental tool of figuring out the size of the universe, really.
The simplest example is perhaps people talk about when you put your finger and you try to look through different eyes. Any important example from astronomy comes to your mind about that demonstrate the significance of this?
Sure. I mean, you're right. The best example we're all familiar with is binocular vision. Our brains interpret the distance to things based on the fact that we have two eyes. And so our brain is essentially looking at parallax when it does that. If we had one eye, we wouldn't be able to do parallax measurement, and we'd be very uncertain how far away things were. So the human eyes are a good example. In astronomy, probably the best example was people didn't really know how far away the stars were. So going back to the ancient Greeks, nobody could measure the parallax angle of stars because it turns out they're so far away compared to the size of the Earth or the solar system, that unless you have precision tools, you can't measure parallax angles. So these are just very, very small angles and difficult measurements. So unlocking the key to the size of the universe, going back to the ancient Greeks, depends on the idea of parallax.